Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. Uh, gonna kind of jump into this as quickly as possible today. I have no idea how long this video will go. It could be fairly short or it could be long. Um, I want to, as I think the title, if I remember to write it correctly, say, do the most looking at making and selling something on the market for the first time with as a newish player, even though I'm not a new player, somebody who didn't know about all of the third-party apps or a lot of different things. Maybe if they've just pulled up the game and um, uh, actually, I think that I might use this as the name. I was thinking about this last night. As a lemonade stand, a child sitting out front of their parents' house with a bottle of lemonade and some plastic cups, and they don't know what profit margins are and histories and stuff like that. Um, so that's kind of what I'm going to do today. Uh, and then kind of come back to this over and over again as I learn more about doing a little bit more market stuff and getting into it. I um, don't know much about it at all. I do know there's a lot of people out there that do it, just like in the real world. So I'm going to jump in here and try to just do some simple stuff. I did set up a few little things before I did the video today to kind of make it go a little bit faster, but we're going to kind of just flow into it. Um, just a little bit of housekeeping beforehand. Um, if this is the first time you're ever watching these videos, I'm returning to Eve. I think this is going to be like episode 19 or 20. Just basically my progress as I'm going along. The first month was just get my feet wet, getting a good feel for things. This month, I'm kind of jumping into learning the whole build stuff and sell it sort of things. And as I'm talking, my roommate just walked in the door, and she should be jumping up here fairly soon, most likely. Um, but so if you want to check this out, yep, there she is. She hears me talking. Um, if you want to check this series of videos out from the very beginning, there should be a playlist in the description. That said, the only other piece of housekeeping I'm doing is yesterday I talked in the video, um, the video that I made yesterday um, about. Okay, okay, I'll hang out later. She hears me talking. She can leave me alone for a long time, and then she hears me talking. Same thing every video. I think people just return the video to see her mess with me. But long story short, uh, I talked yesterday's video about yesterday's video. I actually didn't realize I had not actually planned this, but the day before I did the video about this new mobile game Eve on Eve Conquest, I had my misgivings about it before it came out. And then, ironically, and I'm not joking, uh, I think it actually came out today. I was I literally did the video how I was worried a little bit about it, that it was just a skin of other games. And then I looked at the date that it was coming out after I made the video, and it was today. Um, I literally just downloaded it about an hour ago onto my cell phone that you can see here. I have one of these flip cell phones that is pretty cool. Actually, I don't know if you can see it here. I got a picture of my dog on it. That's probably too bright. Um, so it's fairly larger screen than some cell phones that are out there. I'm going to be blunt. Um, Downloaded it, played it for about 15 minutes. And then removed it off my phone. um, Other than the visuals resembling a little bit of Eve, it didn't really have any of the feels for it. Didn't give me any of the histories. It just felt like a skin that was thrown over one of these other cash grab games like Ebony and some of those other games that are out there. I don't know yet. Here's the other issue that I had with it. Maybe it's my old eyes, but I got to be honest with you, the text and things that were in there were so small that I could barely read them. I do actually have a tablet that I've ordered. I don't know if it'll play on there, but it really was worthless for me to play because the texting was so small, and it might be just my vision. I've never had any problems with vision, I've had all sorts of other problems with my body, but vision's never been an issue for me. But I've recently noticed as I get older, I'm squinting a little bit more. So that might be the issue. I just, number one, it looked like a skin. I'll try it out again if I get this tablet in, let you guys know. But I have a sinking feeling that's all it really is of these, where it's like a settlement building, but then it gets you to keep logging in, and then to speed up your resource building, you pay them money, that sort of thing. I might be 100% wrong. I hope I am. But if not, I'll let you. If not, I will definitely let you go. You guys know. Probably won't mess with it until a while from now. But I did. I removed it after 15 minutes. I hate to say that. But so let's get into Eve. Let's get our hands dirty. Really simple stuff here. I set this up beforehand. Um, So there's so much involved with building things and selling them in the market, or just market trading in general. You don't even have to build stuff in Eve. I've watched some videos on this. All you really have to do is be a middleman who buys stuff and sells stuff. You could be another person who buys things, hauls it, and takes it into Jeter or other places and sells it. Um, I when I used to play a long time ago, there was a couple guys in the alliance that was in. I was in a smaller alliance, but they would actually haul things from Jita out to our nullsec area and sell them there at a 10% profit, just like the real world. I mean, you guys all know I work for Amazon, so I'm a middleman there. Um, but I'm not going to get super deep into that. All I want to do is treat this like you have the raw material, what the raw material costs are, then I want to build that thing, and then I want to take it to market, and I want to sell it that thing. I want to see what the difference is between me selling the raw material versus selling a built thing, and then also the difference between um, selling something immediately versus selling something over a period of time. So if I remember all those things for this video, I'll be very amazed. So let's get started. Um, Now, long story short, if I was really, once I get into this long term, I'll be spending a lot more time on preset things, what buys, what sells, that sort of thing. If you go into your market, and a lot of you guys that are out there know this already, um, if you go into your market here, let's go ahead and blah, blah, blah. So I am going to be buying and selling, or building and selling, not buying and selling, building and selling iridium charge small ammo. Why am I doing that? Because I have a blueprint for that. And ammo seems to be able to sell pretty well. Um, just really basic ammo that's out there. And if you come in here into the market and you just pull it up, it will give you your pricing, um, what sells, and the buyers. So if you look here really simply, 6 jumps away in the system of anal. That's kind of funny, anal. Um, let's let's go with botane. We'll go with that one. But in that system, there's 99 quantities selling for 8.01 isk per item. That's super low compared to the rest of the stuff that's out here. That is an outlier. Then if you look down below, you've got your buyers down here, and the pricing there is now you got to discount these two at the top. It's somebody who wants to buy one bullet of iridium. In other words, they're probably throwing that up there to change or cause the market to fluctuate left or right. I don't know that sort of thing yet. I don't. There's all sorts of tricks that people are going to do in here. The one huge thing about Eve is that it is a I think it's called an open economy or in-game economy. Anything that you buy and sell in Eve, 99% of the time is built by another player. So just like the real world, you got to build something to sell it. Now, can you have some people in between there? Yeah. Oh, and Speaking of economy, yeah, I got coffee here um, in my paper mug because I get this for free. um, that is a good deal on the market. No, I don't get it for free, but the place I go to, Panera Bread, I signed up for their. I love my coffee, and every Mondays and Tuesdays I go in there. I signed up for their free drinks, or you pay like 13 bucks, and you get as many drinks as you want for the month. So I hit it up like 8 or 9 times a month. So it's definitely making out. I'm getting a good deal on that. So uh, that's why I've got the paper mug today. If you're wondering. Didn't need to go down that road. You know me, I go down weird roads. Okay, so the second part here is if you click right next to the market data tab where it has the buy and sell things here, it's got graphs and histories and all sorts of stuff here as far as prices and um, averages and all sorts of different pieces of information that you can use in game. Um, I'm not going to get into that today. I don't know it very well, so I'm not going to do it, but it's something that I need to look at. Thirdly, I'm definitely not going to get into this just yet. Definitely videos down the road. There are all sorts of different third-party um, uh, programs out there that help with buying and selling things, plus spreadsheets and all sorts of different stuff. So this is a world that's completely like non. It, you're not blowing stuff up, but you can cause a lot of changes within the game itself of buying and selling different things, and you can either make or lose a lot of money. But we're going to keep it simple today. So to set up for this, I before I made this video, I actually built 1,000 Iridium charges. Why did I do that? Because if I took the time to make this video, um, what I want to do is pull up this blueprint that I have skilled up material cost of 5% less. Okay. Um, I haven't got to the full 10%, but I want to show how much it costs to build these 1,000, and then whether or not it's worth it to take this one item all the way, well, to a market hub and sell it. Now, there's not going to be the profit, even though if there's a percentage, it's not going to be a whole lot because I've only built 1,000. But I just want to use this as a simple example, similar to a child sitting out on their front lawn selling 10 cups of lemonade and feeling like they've accomplished something for their day. Unfortunately, I don't have a parent behind me. I will have a puppy. She left. Maybe she'll feel good about me. So, simply put, let's go ahead and pull up this blueprint. And what I want to do is show you now, and I'm going to show some solidarity. Here's the weird part. Everyone knows that Eve is called spreadsheets in space. Okay. Um, I love spreadsheets. Okay. I've used them my entire life. I've probably used them longer than most people ever have. Probably 99% of the people out there. My parents, you can look this up. My parents got us when I was a kid a, an Apple IIe, and my mother actually got a program by the name of VisiCalc. Um, which was one of the original. I don't know if it was one of the original spreadsheets, but it was one of the first ones that was on a uh, PC back in the 1980s. And she actually used that and taught me how to use it. And from there, I moved on to other spreadsheets as a kid and then teenager and at college and all sorts of stuff to Lotus 123 to Quattro Pro to your Excels and the ones that were before that. I can't think of them all. I constantly, even my Google Docs spreadsheet I use all the time. We use a online version at work right now called Quips, which is a dumbed down version. It's kind of like your Google Docs but shared. Um, but I've used them my entire life. I'm actually not going to use that for this video. I want to do the numbers as if I only had a calculator and a piece of paper because I think it'll be a little bit easier or it might be kind of interesting to do. So, oh, I've got some stuff that needs delivered. There we go. Okay. Little bit of a shout out, those two blueprints that I just finished off. A couple videos ago, I talked about the Vexor. No, it was the Tristan. Or maybe it was the Vexor. One of the two, or maybe both. I would have to give up a high slot to put salvager into the ship, and I was debating on whether or not I wanted to do that. And one of the guys, and I've got to look it up. I'll probably do a video in the next day or two about this. He said he actually built a salvaging ship that he has, that he uses whenever he kills a lot of things. He just flies that out, and I'm assuming he just saves his position, gets that. So I just finished those blueprints off there to make my own salvaging ship. Great idea. I'll probably do a video on that. Back to this video. This is why I say I don't know how long this video is going to go. So long story short, let's just jump in here. If we wanted to build, there it is, 1,000 iridium charge S ammunition. And let's go ahead and get our notepad here. Notepad. And we'll need a calculator. Actually, I'll just use my phone calculator. Oh, no, I'll just use the calculator that's on the PC. So I can put that on screen. I know this is stupid, but I thought it'd be a little bit of fun. Okay. Sorry. If you watched my last video, I am a little bit under the weather. I think it's working itself out. But there we go. Okay. Oh, let's make a new one here. File and a new tab. There we go. So, to make 1,000 iridium, I'm gonna move this. To make 1,000 iridium, I need 551 right now. Now my blueprint will go down as I'm researching it, but right now I would need 551 titanium, which would be 2,330 ISK value wise. So let's just go in here, and I am 100% 2330 trit. Now, again, I'm only generalizing. The numbers that are here, I'm sure, can be fluctuating as far as the market goes. I'm not sure where this number comes from, but we're going to use the one that pops up. Okay, so for pyrite, I need 219, which worth value wise would be 2345. And that was pyrite, right? 2345. 2345 pyrite. Okay. Well, let's do a tab here. I want to remember how much I have to spend here. 551 and 219. Okay. Last but not least, isogen. Isogen is 3,000. Is that right? Yeah. 3,638. And we're only looking at 10 isogen. So 10 isogen, and that was 3,638. So the total cost for those, my brain stopped, short-term memory problems. 3,638 isogen. Okay. The other thing you got to take into account is your total job cost, which is 274. Okay. So the cost of building this, and again, I think this would go lower. Oops, those are the costs. 274. Job cost. Um, I don't know. I think you get that to go lower depending on your standings with the station you're in, or if you're doing it in a player-controlled station. I'm just doing this as if I was a new player who didn't know all of those different ins and outs. Um, so the total cost of building this right now would be let's see here, 2330 plus 2345 plus 3638 plus 274 equals 8587. 8587. Now, total cost to build. Now, if I remember correctly, if you go to sell it, there are more costs at whatever station you go to. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I have pre-built 1,000 of this iridium, and we're going to haul this to Dodixie while we're standing here. So let's go ahead and so let's say I took the time to actually build it, um, and I load it into my trusty musty Vexor here, and we go ahead and undock, and I want to take it to the place that is buying these for the highest price, which would most likely be Dodixie. I'm not too worried about where. I'm going to take it to a major market hub. And I get to pet my puppy while she's sitting here. Just came in. Good, there you go. So, Iridium small charge. And the market data says buyers. So let's go to Dodixie. Oh, wait. Tracer is buying them at 860. Now, there's a big difference here. The Tracer is um, the starter system for um, where some people play. I actually started in that system. So if you go to up top, the sellers are selling these for the highest amount at Botane. Well, it looks like for the highest amount at Dodixie. So if I went straight to Dodixie, I could sell them there. I'm just going to, I said I was going to keep this simple. I'm not going to overthink it. We're just going to go to Dodixie. Location, set destination. My only thought with that is that you're going to have in Dodixie a lot more people who are doing. Did I load that into my ship? That would be really frustrating if I didn't. I got it. Okay. Um, they do what are called multi-buys, if I remember correctly, where they just buy, they have a fit for a ship, and they just go in and they take the best price for everything and they buy everything at once. So, and a lot of times people just go to one of the major hubs and just buy one because they're doing it for expediency's sake. Very similar to um, going to your local gas station to buy a soda versus going to the grocery store, or going to your um, you're going to pay more, but the expediency of getting the trade hub is better or faster. So even though I could probably get a better price at Tracer, there's a better chance that I might be able to sell these. Um, Now I am flying through low sec here. I took a quick bit of a chance there. At some point, I'm going to get caught. There's one jump in and out, but I haven't had any issues yet. I've been fairly careful so far. So what I'm going to do is once I get to the station in Dodixie. Oh, that was the other reason why I want to go to Dodixie. I have pretty good standings with the station that I'm going to Dodixie at. So I want to see um, when I go to sell something what the fees are while I'm there and if it affects it. Once I get a price for the ammo itself, I will also do a comparison of if I were to buy and sell the minerals for that on their own. and see what the difference is. I'm not going to go any deeper. You can even go even farther and say, okay, what about the raw material? You know, um, that sort of thing. But in general, this is what somebody would want to do, and they would want to see, is it worthwhile for me to spend the time to build these things or not? If you notice in the market, and this is just in my general thoughts, these at the top here, the sellers up here have put these goods up for sale, um, so they will sell over time. Whether it be, if you notice up here, expires in 90 days, expires in 5 days, expires in 76 days. Down below here, these are buy orders. Notice these are a lot lower at $8 or 8 ISK versus 24 or 19 ISK above. These are your immediate buyers that are out there. So these are the guys who are trying to buy it and then turn around and sell it up here for a much greater price. Um, so we're going to just keep jumping. Like I said, there are 1,000 different things that are involved with this, I think. And if you are somebody who really wants to get into learning how to buy and sell things, I think this is a great learning tool. Um, Almost to the effect of, if there was an economics class that was out there in college or even a high school, I would almost recommend them to sign their students up for Eve accounts to try this sort of stuff out, to learn the different levels of buying and selling, whether you're going to be that lemonade stand, whether or not you're going to be that mom and pop restaurant, whether or not you're going to be that guy who owns the 5 franchise restaurants, or the guy who's CEO of Burger King, um, and the different levels of what you can and do. A lot of people get into Eve because they want to own their own empires or control space. Whereas I'm 100% sure there's guys out here who own their own stations. I've actually seen it where they don't even sell anything. They make money off the taxes that you buy and sell items from that station because they put the right ones up. Do you buy and sell to people that are out in nullsec or lowsec? Um, if you were to take, and this is just economics, it's just uh, a great way to say it is, uh, you may have certain ships that are living out in the great wildlands. There's only a couple state NPC stations out there, but there aren't a whole lot of people that live out there as well. So what can you buy and sell out there versus buying and selling in high sec? There's a lot of stuff that you can do and have different styles, I think. And I'm really just talking right now because I'm trying to not waste my time, your time. I am wasting your time as I travel to the Dixie. We're one jump away. All right. So as we get in here, I love it when she perks up her head. You can't see it, but as soon as I start moving her ears, she takes her mouth off the bone and she looks right at me. Um, so we're one jump away. All we're going to do is we're going to dock up. I'm going to go to sell these 1,000 iridium, and we're going to see, what do I make more profit on or not. Doesn't mean that everything works this way. I can also see where, some items it might be worthwhile to make uh, more items out of it, whereas other items you don't want to, depending on what you're selling it at. But for this specific item, we're just going to figure it out. Last but not least, you run into the volume, you know, of what you can buy and sell. So let's say I look out there and I see that um, Vexor Navy issues are selling like hotcakes, or selling at a high price, but only 5 of them sell a month. Why would I build 200 of them and let them sit? And whereas I could use that money towards something else. So that's another one. Um, I have another example, but I'll probably get into it more down the road, of the only time I really got into the market a little bit was whenever I was building mobile tractor units, while I was living out in Nullsec. because I was doing some planetary interaction, and they take a lot of planetary interaction, and I was making a lot of money, and the market changed, and I wasn't. But then I moved where I was selling them out, and I was. So it might be something down the road that I give an example for there. But there's a lot of videos that I can make with this. Um, okay, so we made it here. Woohoo! I know you're super interested. Now we got our 1,000 iridium. Go ahead and drop that off here. Got a bunch of other junk here that I've got sitting around. This has been kind of my repository of stuff. So if I was going to just sell, where is my iridium there? Blah, 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 blah. It should be up top. Dumb. There we are. If I was going to sell this immediately, so you can always sell something immediately and get ISK right away. Let's go in and sell this item. And for immediate cost at the highest price right now, I could sell it for 8.01 and make 7,649 ISK. If you notice down below, there's no broker's fee because I'm selling it immediately. And my sales tax right now is 4.5. I think that's lower because the station that I'm selling it at, I have pretty good standings at. I think the sales tax normally is 5%, but my standings with the uh, Federation Navy is pretty good. It's the only one that I've really worked on. So my sales tax is going down. Now, 360 ISK might not seem like a whole lot, but when you start buying and selling a lot of stuff, half a percentage can mean a lot of ISK. And it's very, very important, I think. So from my dumb terms of not knowing a lot about this, I do know about percentages. So that is a big one right there. And it's why I think you want to interlace both your marketing with the action. If you're going to be selling out of NPC stations, you want to do that. Now, there's probably other things involved with the player controlled stations and how the prices go there. But we're just worried about general stuff right now. So let's pull up our notepad. And so the general cost to build this was 85.87. So immediate sale would be, let's just see here, blah, 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 blah. And that was 7,649 minus your 360. 72.89. Okay. Now, obviously, there's a difference there of about 1,300. So the cost to build it was more than my immediate sale amount. Now, let's check that cost to build real quick, because if I were to sell those, the titanium and the pyrite immediately, trit and pyrite and isogen, we know that we're selling 551 trit and 291 pyrite and 10 isogen. Do I have anything here that has any of that stuff? Let's just take a gander. We're going to reprocess so I can get a little bit of trit. So let's say I was to sell one titanium. I know this is terrible. I want to get what the cost would be. Let's say we're going to sell the one titanium. Where'd it go? There it is. Sell this item. Okay, when you go to sell it, again, immediately, I would get, oh, I need to get rid of, remove off this isogen. There we go. If I was to sell 500 titanium at a 4 ISK amount, or $4 per titanium, I would make 2,000 ISK. So let's say, where's my notepad here? How much was I selling there? I'm looking at selling 551. I can't sell more than what I have, can I? There we go. Dang it, won't let me. I can do the number real quick, but okay, so 500 divided by 551 times 4 would be calculator. I'm tired. Times 4, and then minus we're talking about 100 ISK for the tax. So we're talking about 2104. So we'd make about 2104 off of it if we just sold immediately the titanium. Now I'm not going to go through all of these real quick. I know it'd be pretty quick, but I'm betting. If you notice here, when we were doing the cost of building it, it said 2330. And now if we were selling the same amount, it would be about 2104 that I'd be making off of it. So there is a difference there. So if we went on ratio base, I would probably say the trit. Now I'm totally guessing right here, just to save a little bit of time, even though I'm going to talk too much and not save that time. We lost about 10% of the cost or what we made. So I'm betting the pyrite, if we were to sell it straight out, would be another 2100, and then the isogen, if we took 10% off that 3638, that would be roughly 30, 32, 3250 would be our profit. I'm not going to. So our total amount, if we were to sell the items immediately, would be 2104 plus 2100 plus 3250. 7454. So totally did that off the cuff. You could dig deeper into the numbers, but in general, you would save more, you'd make more money selling, if you were selling everything immediately and avoiding the broker's fees, you would make more money um, just selling the minerals, not building the actual bullets. Now here's the second part. Let's say I wanted to sell these. There's a lot more parts to this, but let's keep it, again, really simple. Let's say I wanted to sell these and I wanted to make sure they were buyable. Okay, I know that's dumb. I want to make sure they're buyable. So when we went into the market, we saw that the lowest selling price was 17.99. Now I'm not going to worry about this whole 8.06. That's not in the same station. Though Dixie's lowest sell price is 24.48. So what I'm looking for is that guy who flies in here and just buys some iridium at the lowest possible price, or some iridium ammo to fill up his guns. So he's going to be in this station and he's going to buy it. So if I were to put this up here, let's keep it. I want them to sell, and I don't want somebody to undercut me really quickly. I want to sell 1,000 of these at just 20. Let's keep it simple. I want to sell them at 20 ISK. So let's come back here. You know how hard? You guys have any idea how hard it is to do numbers with this dog sniffing my face the entire time? Yeah, you. It's you. Um, yeah. Okay. Um, so this is what I got to deal with my entire life. So let's say I want to sell these over a period of time, not immediately, over a course of a week. Okay. So notice my broker's fee just jumped up. I got a 5% broker's fee on this. I know there's skills that you can get that lower your broker's fees. I'm pretty sure about that. Have I gotten those? No. I'm going to go with the basic amount. Now I want to sell. We want to do the iridium first. Don't worry, we're almost there. Blah, 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 blah. Where's my iridium again? Am I passing it up here? There it is. So we're going to sell this at 20 in the station for 1 week. I'm going to raise this price up to 20. To do that, I would make off of 1,000. I would make 20,000 ISK minus the broker's fee of 2.24 minus the sales tax of 4.5. So my total profit on this would be 18,651. Okay, let's get our notepad back up here. Pretty simple stuff. Oh my gosh, it's gone to 40 minutes. I got to finish this up quick. So 18,651. I really didn't think this video was going to go that long, but if somebody wasn't slowing me down, I'd blame myself for talking too much and going down rabbit holes. So total sale after all the other fees. Real quick, let's do the same thing for the titanium and see if there's a difference. So where's my titanium? Come on. Sell this item. And we're going to remove off the iridium there. And we're going to sell the titanium. We're going to look up the market cost for this, and we're going to go below what the, so look at this. So you got these sellers here. So the buyers here are buying it up at 4, but your sellers are right. Remember, I was selling this at 4. So in Dodixie, it's just $4, 4.30 ISK. So it's not a huge growth there. It's just 4.30. This is very minimal, even though you're doing. Before I say that, let's do the number. So we're going to say 4.30 times 551. Yeah, 2,369. So if I was to put these up for sale at the current Dodixie price of buying this stuff just below that, it would be fairly close to me selling it immediately. So there's your big issue. When you build something, this is just for this item, I wasn't expecting this. Yeah, I could sell the raw materials immediately and get the same price or cost, or the same profit or close to, a little bit better than selling the ammo, if I sell the raw materials. But if I put something up for sale over a period of time, you almost triple your profits. Here's the other deal though. Somebody has to buy it. That's the kicker. So now I'm going to be putting this up for sale. I'm going to do that right now. This iridium. We're going to sell this. Okay. I'm going to put it at 20. Go ahead and close out this titanium. We're going to sell this at 20. It was selling for 24. So I'm thinking this should sell in a week. Hopefully the next video I tell you guys that it did sell and I made a lot more money off of this. If it doesn't sell over the course of the week, then I'm out the fees, the 1,350 ISK that I'm trying to sell this for. And this is where you have to have something that's sellable up there. Whew, that's a lot of talking. Really wasn't expecting that. So we're going to hit sell. We're about to sell about 1,000. Please confirm. Proceed. and my sale is out there for anybody to buy. So we'll see what happens. Um, so that is a pure basic buy and sell of item, make, buy, and sell items. This is my lemonade stand. That's going to be the name of this title. So much more involved with this, but hope you guys followed along with that. I didn't bore you too much. But other than that, that's all I got. We've gone pretty long with this video, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And I'm going to go shoot some stuff uh, in game. You guys, I hope you have a great week. Uh, this is my end of my weekend, so I will be hitting my work week. While these videos will post, I'll just be playing part-time in the meantime. But hope you guys have a great week. Other than that, fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however that you want, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.